We have gone live, Angela Richardson of Empowered Crystals. So, a warm welcome to you all. Today we're doing something a little bit different. If you've ever tried to grow your YouTube channel, you'll know how hard or confusing it can be. It can seem like the YouTube gods, if they exist, either look down on you favorably or not, as the case may be. This certainly has been my experience anyway. To this end, I'm bringing you a content creator, an entrepreneur, who's grown her channel to almost 64,000 subscribers and over 8 million views. She's going to be helping us to demystify the process and showing you how to become more visible on YouTube and in turn grow your channel. I'm sure she'll also show us some of her wonderful handmade Reiki-attuned jewellery as well. It's my pleasure to welcome back to the show Angela Richardson of Empowered Crystals. Welcome back, Angela.
Hello, lovely to be here.
Yes, it is. It's wonderful to host you again. Right. I think the first question I want to ask you, and it's often overlooked and not spoken about, is obviously when you're becoming more visible or wanting to become more visible on YouTube, it can often bring up fear, anxiety in our work. How important would you say in our work is, or lack thereof, to inhibiting your process, your progress in becoming more visible on YouTube?
Oh, I think it's huge. I mean, we're spiritual people. We run spiritual channels. And I'm a great believer in law of attraction, manifestation, positivity. All of my videos are pretty much on that topic. And it's a big thing. And people overlook this. Is not just about positivity and manifesting and visualization, but clearing those blocks. When you've got blocks, and it can be from childhood, it can be from a recent experience, it can be fear of success, you can block yourself. And I know when I think about success, I was thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have to get a accountant. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do that. And also, you think a lot of people have this thing of money is evil. My partner's dreadful for that. He says, "Oh, money's evil. Anybody that's rich is got it evilly." And also, there's the concept you're taking away from someone else. Now, if everybody on my YouTube channel, well, on my social media all over, gave £1, I'd be rich and they wouldn't be poor. This is the thing. There is enough money for everyone and there's enough positivity for everyone. But that inner work, I do think it's important because you start sabotage. Sorry. Swallowed the wrong way. You start sabotaging yourself, don't you?
You do, yes. So I think that's, I'm pleased we've brought this up because it's often overlooked, and it shouldn't be it shouldn't be sort of sidestepped or missed. It's not a step you can miss out, otherwise your best efforts will be scuppered. If you've got an underlying fear, I mean, it's normal, I think, to feel a bit apprehensive before you go live. Oh, I think that's normal. It's excitement, it's nerves, it's apprehension. But if it's a bit more than that, it can really scupper you. So, what does it take to get your first 100 subscribers when you're starting from scratch?
Right. Well, if you're starting completely from scratch, the first thing you've got to do is choose your name for your channel. And you don't use your name. Nobody knows your name. The first thing, and it was the hardest lesson, is nobody cares about you. No one cares about you. No one cares about your day. No one cares about what breakfast you had. And somebody only cares once they become trusted into your and pulled into your channel. And even then, they don't really care quite often. They just want something. So you've got to think, what am I going to use my channel for? So it's sort of a dual process, because when you choose your name, you're sort of choosing your niche as well. So, and you want to make yourself searchable. So if I was doing a ASMR channel, I know lots of people don't know what that is, but it's basically relaxation, relaxing sounds, relaxing movements. It's things to soothe people. So you'd put something like relaxing ASMR sounds and movements, or Angela does, and then ASMR. And you want to make sure it's not used by loads of people. That's the problem with the name. So when you had Daniel Green as your name, loads of people came up, and when I hadn't seen you, because it actually unsubscribed me from your channel. And I went through and I thought, oh, and I couldn't actually find you. I had to go in and search Daniel Green Empowered Crystals to find a video to actually find your channel. Because if there's hundreds of people with that name, then it's no good. Now, a tip to find an original name is to search for domain names. If it's not taken, it's probably not going to be taken on YouTube either. And that's how I came to Empowered Crystals. So I've got my keyword, crystals. I've got empowered to show the Reiki healing. So it means something as well. But it will also, if somebody is looking for crystal healing, I'll come up in the search. So that's really important. But obviously, it's difficult to decide your niche, so don't go too specific. So, I mean, something like your channel, it'd be something like spiritual chats, something like a healing channel. You can have well-being, distant healing, you know, just try to get a few keywords in there, but so that it's still condensed. So it's a balancing act, because you've got to, everybody thinks, oh, I'll do all the popular things on YouTube. I'm going to do YouTube growth, business tips. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, because they're all popular. And then people come to your channel, get confused and think, well, I don't know why, you know, what do I want from here? I like that video, but there's only one of that video, so I won't subscribe. So you've got to sort of make sure that your videos will be useful to everyone that liked your first video. So if you did, from my point of view, if I did crystal healing, so my whole channel is about crystals. So it'll either be crystal properties, crystal healing, the ASMR combined with crystal healing, affirmations, positivity, manifestation, all of it fits in that you can use crystals with, and you can explain how the properties of the crystals will fit into that channel. And so somebody who liked a healing video may also like to learn about the properties of other healing crystals. They may also like to see a relaxing meditation on how to manifest. They may also like to see a video on a big manifestation technique, but I show them how to use crystals in with that technique. So you've got to think about the viewers. What would somebody type in to YouTube to find it? And that's the biggest thing I found difficult, is what would somebody type in? What are people looking for? And you can start to type a search, and it will actually do a prediction on YouTube, and they're the most popular searches. So if you do how to, the top search may be mend a door, mend your car, you know, whatever. It's not relevant to you. So you've got to think about how you can type in that first bit of the search to make it relevant to you. And then, so I would put healing crystals for and then type in A and then see what predictive, type in B, see what the predictive search is. So that's sort of the way. I know it's a complicated answer, but it's a complicated question.
Yeah, it is. I've been taking some notes while I've been speaking and not been rude. And if you're watching this live or on a replay, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube. It really helps the channel grow. If you're on Facebook, obviously, this is where we're broadcasting from, important to us as well. Of course you are. Do you use YouTube, buddy? It's a free program. There's a paid part to it if you want.
I've got YouTube Chrome extension and vidIQ. Now, I have them both running so that I can compare results. vidIQ is much better. TubeBuddy, I suspect, is good for people in popular topics. But when you're very niche, like both of us, the search numbers go down, their stats just get messed up, and you'll get something that says it's super popular and it's rubbish. It missed my most popular video search word from a couple of years ago. It completely missed it, whereas vidIQ caught it. But I mean, they're useful, and you can see so much, and it allows you to see other people's tags, which was super useful at the time, but now YouTube has made them defunct tags. So I still put them because I figure if somebody puts in a search, then you'll still have that keyword there. YouTube has gone off of the tags. It wants titles and descriptions now.
Oh, well, ever changing here. You can also obviously use any social media groups you have, things to help grow, get your first 100 subscribers. You know, like if you've got a Facebook group, please subscribe to my channel. You know, it really helps to get those magic numbers, 100 and then 1,000 and so on. Because how do you get monetized? What have you got to do to get monetized on YouTube?
To get monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers, and here's the clincher: you need 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 12 months. So it's a rolling 12 months, so it doesn't wipe out once the year's finished. Doesn't wipe out what you've had, so it's a rolling 12 months. So it's quite a lot to get, but I have a few tips on how to get those first 100 or 1,000 subscribers. And there's two ways you can grow on YouTube when you're first starting out. Now, this doesn't count for when you're up to over 10,000. You have to scrap these ideas. But especially when you're starting out, I found being social on YouTube was super, super helpful. Make your subscriptions public so everyone can see them. Go to search your niche. Go to small YouTubers, not big YouTubers, small YouTubers, and like and subscribe. Let's say 5 to 10 every single day, and comment and look at their videos, and then you can grow a nice family, and lots of people will subscribe back when they're small. I do recommend finding larger people in your niche, but I found the spiritual community, there's not much. It's severely lacking. There's about 10, maybe 20 large people, but they tend to sort of start to veer off away from this spirituality and more into especially the ASMR. It tends to go much more into just generally all the different bits of ASMR on the spiritual side, and the healing side of it, and the other topics they tend to go more into tarot and fortune telling, which is very, very big. which isn't really my niche either. So yes, have 10 to 20 big channels that you find, see what they're doing, see what the videos are like, put a subscription notification for the channel so that you can be the first one to comment. And I have got quite a few followers when I've commented regularly on a channel. People come and check mine out, and you can gain followers from doing that. But it is hard because most of them are American, so they'll be in the middle of the night. Luckily, I'm an insomniac, so I'm fine. But it's chosen insomnia. I love working in the middle of the night, to be honest. I'm not like racked with I can't sleep. It's like, oh, good, I've woken up. Let's do 2 hours of work on the phone. I'm dreadful for that. But I really like working in the middle of the night. So, yeah, the social aspects, you'll be amazed at how quickly you'll gain subscribers once you start commenting and say, great video, do a thoughtful comment and say I've subscribed, and make sure those you do subscribe and that it's a public subscription. And you're looking for people around the similar mark to you, so around 100 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers. Once you get above 1,000, people aren't so interested in who's subscribed, because obviously they're getting more and more every day. So that is a big way to grow. And the second way to grow is flooding the market. And I've done it both ways. My first channel I did via social, and the second channel I've got, which is Empowered Crystals Affirmation, I've done by flooding the market with shorts. So I do daily and twice daily if you include the longs. So I have a shorts every single day, and then a couple of times a week I'll have a long. And the thing is that's important about flooding the market is you've got to have a certain quality. So if I've seen people that have flooded the market and it's not worked because people don't really like their videos in the first, well, I can but assume, or YouTube algorithm doesn't like their videos in the first place. But if you've got a market for it, because obviously I knew that my original videos were popular on my original channel, so I've created one specifically for affirmations because I love affirmations, but they weren't so popular on my main channel, and I felt as though they were important, so I thought, right, let's have a separate channel. And also it's interesting to see how you grow on that separate channel, and what works and what doesn't as well. So daily is great on YouTube if you can do it. It's difficult. People have jobs, people have family life. It is super difficult. But I found with shorts, personally, I could do it. And YouTube are quoting shorts as the way to be found now. So shorts is where you get your discoverability on your channel. You don't need to have somebody click on your thumbnail. You don't need to have people like your title. You will be shown on your channel page, you'll be shown in the search, but you'll be shown in the shorts feeds, which is just shoved into people's face. So people either like it or not. And you'll also be put onto the short shelf, which is pushed into your home feed. So instead of being shown in just 2 places, you'll be shown in 4. So there's twice as likely to have that discoverability. And also it's a good way of showing people your videos without them having to think, do I like that thumbnail? Do I like that title? I'm not sure. They'll get a little taster. So not everybody will be able to do stuff as shorts. Not all content works as shorts. But if you can, everybody likes 5 top tips. Everybody likes how-to videos. So if you can manage to do 1 tip, 1 how-to video into a minute, It's really worth it. And the key to shorts I found is not speaking, because when you start to speak, we ramble, don't we? It's very difficult to make it short. So when you actually sort of show what you're doing and then do annotations, then it makes it a lot more succinct. People don't have to have the sound on. People don't have to understand your accent. They just read and they can see much clearer what you're doing.
Wow.
Sorry, another long answer. I do apologise for this. It's a complicated subject.
Yeah, you've hit on so many points there. I had questions in front of me, and you've hit them all in one fell swoop. Is there an optimal time to upload your content, like time of day, time of night, whatever?
No. Facebook is very linked to times because it's such a short algorithm. Your post will die within 24 hours to 48 hours. Same with Instagram. So the times are very important. YouTube, extremely long algorithm. People have said that their YouTube videos have blown up after a year, sometimes even 2 years. So it doesn't matter what time. I've done it at the peak times and it's done great at the beginning and then it's tailed off just quicker. I've done it at unpopular times and it's taken slower, but it's built up more slowly, and they've both got the same amount of views. I've personally not found it to make any difference whatsoever, because it's such a long algorithm.
Well, that's cool. Something else I've noticed as well. The one time when you start a channel, before you could go live, you need 1,000 subscribers. Now you can start a channel with 0 subscribers and go live. There's a caveat to that, which you'll come to. Same with the community tab. You used to have so many subscribers. Again, now I think it's down to 0 or 50 or something. So you can use your community tab. There's a third as well. I forget now. Was it shorts? Did you used to have a minimal audience for shorts? I can't remember.
Didn't for shorts that I know of. But yeah, I know they have reduced the numbers for quite a few things. I think they're trying to encourage new people because it's so daunting, isn't it?
Yeah, because I went live on YouTube the other day for the first time with under 100 subscribers at the time. So yeah, whereas before I would have had 1,000. So that, as you say, they're trying to roll the red carpet out for the smaller channels and saying, come on in, the water's nice and warm.
Yeah, yeah. And then they don't show you, and then it's like,
yeah, that's right. If you've got any questions, comments, feedback for Angela, please pop them in the comments below. Like you see, if you like this video, give it a subscribe, give it a thumbs up. It all helps to show to more people. You got any words of encouragement for us small channels, Angela?
You can grow. It's never too late. And your first 100 videos are probably going to be rubbish, but you need to do those 100 videos to learn. I won't, well, yeah, I will name him. My brother said, oh, no, don't start. You're not good enough yet. He's quite a perfectionist. And so I didn't start. And in actual fact, I should have started, because you don't know what's going to work. You don't know what titles are going to work. You really need to be able to find out how the audience will react to your videos, your subject areas, your topics. When I first started out, I did quite a few areas, and now I mainly do one type of video. One, because they're popular. Two, because I get such amazing feedback that it's helping people, and that is just so wonderful, isn't it? And three, because it's much easier for me as a creator to be able to do that. I've realized I'm not very good at speaking on camera when I can see my face, and when I have a script, so I need to sort of get so many points in, I find it very difficult. So I either have to have my face off camera or have no speaking, which luckily fits very well into my genre. So you have to sort of see where your weaknesses and strengths are, but also you really need to just go for it and see what works, what doesn't. And YouTube loves consistency. So if you can only do one video a week, let's say a short, that is much better to do regularly every week than start off really fast and then just give up completely, because YouTube will just, and your subscribers will just think you've abandoned your channel. I have to go through my subscriber list regularly, and the number of people which just haven't posted for months and months and months, and I think, oh well, they've abandoned it, unsubscribe, unsubscribe, unsubscribe. And there's just loads, just people just unsubscribe to their channel, don't post up to their channel for months or years on end, and then they suddenly, I'm back, and nobody's there. Nobody's still there. It's, unless you've got a very big channel and people are really looking out for your videos, or they're really timeless and people are going back and back to your videos. So there is hope, and there's always room for somebody to be able to answer somebody's questions. There's always going to be a gap in the market. There's always going to be something new that's trending. There's always, people are always going to be looking for the next solution to their problems, whether it's spiritual, whether it's practical. And the more that you can combine into one, spiritual, practical, healing, the better. I like to think my videos combine all of those elements, and that's why they're popular. But if you can go in with that original mind, but while still keeping things that in your mind that are popular on YouTube, then I do believe there's space for everyone. There's, I mean, how many billions of people are on YouTube? It's the biggest platform ever. And you can make money. It's the only place that you can make money on, just by posting. There are other ways of doing it, but you have to jump through much more hoops than YouTube for that. And it's also a place where people, I mean, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, and YouTube is the only place where I see people really invested in what you're doing. Once you start to get subscribers, people get invested because they have to sit there and watch longer videos, and long form content is the preferred content, whereas other like TikTok, it's short form. So it's, people are much more likely to buy your products, to support your channel, to give you super thanks, to join whatever it is to help you keep on creating these free videos for them. So there is hope out there. There's another big tip that I wanted to say. Sorry, have you got any other questions before I go into another quick tip? Right. The thing is, as I was saying with the YouTube algorithm, it's really long. So you won't really know whether a video is done well until it's been up for a few weeks. The TikTok algorithm is super quick. So you can actually test out titles on the TikTok algorithm, and you'll know within a couple of days whether it's popular or not. And that's what I do. I test my titles out on TikTok, and if they're successful on there, then I use that title on YouTube. And the algorithm is so quick on YouTube, you really will know within half a day whether something's popular. And again, with the research, I tend to research on TikTok, not YouTube, because TikTok tends to have trending subjects. It's much more picked up. Have you noticed in general mainstream media, TikTok's being picked up again and again and again? And it's because it's like a drug, isn't it? It's like the drug of the social media, because it's so quick form. You can just swipe, and you sort of delve into there, and like 2 hours later you think, oh, where did that time go? But it drags people in. It's really, really good. So do your research on TikTok and bring it over to YouTube, and yeah, you'll be thanking me for that one. That's how I broke through and it started to grow by doing that.
This is all golden nuggets. Thank you. You're certainly inspiring me, and you're so relatable, because it's so easy to think it's okay for her, it's okay for him. They've got tens of thousands of subscribers, but you've done it relatively recently, so you're so relatable. So thank you very much for that, Angela. You're from Empowered Crystals. You're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok as Empowered Crystals. You make beautiful handmade Reiki-attuned jewellery at affordable prices, different price ranges, and they are attuned to Reiki. So the power, the energy is ongoing. It's not, doesn't dissipate within 10 minutes or 5 minutes of opening the box when you receive it. So I wonder if you'd be so good to show the viewers some of your intricate handmade pieces, please.
Well, this is the rings I'm wearing. Beautiful abalone ring, which is for calm and for getting us through stressful periods. I have these wonderful bracelets in all lots of different stones, and they stretch, so they're adjustable and they go on and off really easily. And what else have I got? I'm wearing the sun pendant, so that is that pendant, and I've got those in several different crystals. On my website you'll see that there's actual crystal folklore above each of the crystal when you go into an item, so you can actually read what the crystal is for. And this is one of my favorites to wear, and also a favorite for buyers, is actual crescent moon with a moonstone in the middle. I do it with other crystals, but that's the most popular. If you're looking for protection, we have this Hamzas. It's actually a powerful protection symbol originally from the Middle East, and I use that. This one's got moonstone in, but I've got them with obsidian and black tourmaline, and they help to protect you. I love black tourmaline for protecting against other people's energies. I mean, who needs other people's energies? And I have lots of rings, and my favorite is labradorite. You can see that flash on there. And labradorite is protective, brings in magical energy, and it is really helpful for periods of change and transformation.
Wow, thank you so much. And you ship worldwide. And what are your prices for shipping and for the goods themselves, the jewelry themselves? What kind of price ranges?
Price ranges are from £15 to £30 for most things. There's some things go above. Shipping is free for most countries. I've had to take some of them off since the pandemic. So there's a few countries where you will have to get tracking. India is one. It takes months if you don't put tracking on it. And there's a few others which I can ship to, but the price is so large. The prices to certain countries have just increased, but most normal countries, mainstream countries like US, Canada, obviously UK, all of Europe, Australia, New Zealand, most of the main countries will be free shipping.
Cool. Your website's obviously empoweredcrystals.com.
Yeah.
To recap, you're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all as Empowered Crystals.
Yes.
And there you can get free healings. You know, you're doing small, short form videos where people can get healing for different conditions, ailments, stress, anxiety. You do longer form content where people can, you know, when you go live, what's your longer form content when you go live about? Is that like answering questions and recommending crystals to people? Is that right?
Oh, Q&As. I do lives, but they generally are healing lives. So it's what people want. They want like I do an hour's worth of healing. So it'll be clearing people's blocks, manifestation, clearing out old energy, removing negativity. Those are sort of the general themes I do for an hour. And so I'll send the healing, and then people will sort of send questions along the way, which I can answer while I'm sending the healing as well.
Yeah, so after giving all this value, if you feel drawn, head over to Empowered Crystals on any of the social medias and give Angela a follow, a like, or a subscribe. It's free to do so. It's all good stuff. Well, I want to thank all the viewers for tuning in, whether live, catching a replay. Do pop your comments and questions, feedback in the boxes below, and we'll circle back to you. And thank you, Angela, above all, for giving so much value, not just of your time, but also the structure and the advice to grow your channels. I know I've been inspired. I'm very grateful for you popping on here today. Thank you so much. We were talking before we went live about doing a live stream together on YouTube, and where we'll do where you'll be picking crystals for people. So that's something to look forward to and something to pencil into our diaries for soon. What say you? Yeah. So thank you very much. Until the next one, much love and bye for now.
Bye.